I'll do this part with you. Great. Welcome everyone online as well to the Global Center for Christ Consciousness. Everyone in the room and online, you can just soak this in and appreciate. We have a guest musician today. And the folks, yeah. So here she is. Sing something quick. You light up my life. I'm sorry, this is a sacred service. Please join us in welcoming our guest musician, Ananda Das. Thank you. Come with me.
Namaste, everyone. Good to be back. I'm fresh off the plane from India. I was just there for a month, and wow, just always such a profound experience diving in deeper. So I'm going to sing you a little bit of a mantra, sweet mantra song first, and then we'll do some more English stuff later. But repeat after me. Chit, Ananda, Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. And that just means that consciousness, the true form of consciousness, is pure bliss of being. And I am that pure bliss of being. So let's try it out.
Heavenly Father, Mother God, God of the highest is true and real. In this moment, we call in the presence of your glory. The glory originally expressed through Creator gods, through the Divine Mother, the Holy Spirit. We call in the presence of all ancestors throughout all cultures, throughout all planets, all time, that ever sat seeking your presence. We accept that presence for them and ourselves. Father, Mother, God, into the hearts and souls of any human being, any being of any kind, throughout history and throughout the universe, that ever was calling out to you because of suffering. Let their hearts feel a miracle. Let them feel that despite their circumstances, let them feel and know that somehow there are beings praying for them, that there is a presence, not just giving them solutions, but internal comfort. No child has ever been alone because we said so. It is the will of God for everyone to feel your presence. We are stepping up with our brothers and sisters. Yes, we feel we're sorry for the suffering, but know the presence of God is here. Through us, your brothers and sisters, we have the right to speak on your behalf. We are sorry for the suffering and that we choose so often to learn lessons the hard way. But that is ending now. As we ascend into higher consciousness, learning lessons from a place of lower consciousness is no longer needed. Farewell to all the past and all these old ways. And we joyously open our hearts. It's not just for us individually. It's not just for this service, this group, for all beings throughout all time. We call in the grace of God and the peace of God, and we can begin celebrating this union of beings. And so it is.
From the poet Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning is a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Treat each guest honorably. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And don't worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you're used to is better than the one to come? Don't dismiss the heart, even if it is filled with sorrow. God's treasures are buried in broken hearts. When the world pushes you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. And so it is. Please join us in reading our mission statement located on the white cards in the seat backs in front of you. And together we say, the Global Center for Christ Consciousness is a spiritual center for students and masters on the spiritual path. We are dedicated to awakening the inner Christ and to creating a world of love, peace, joy, and abundance. And now welcome back Ananda Das.
Just quick little announcement. I have to celebrate that I finally created one of those compact discs for my new album. It's called Bhakti Sharanam. So that's out in the foyer for those of you who may be interested in a new CD. And they're actually going up in value there, because they're getting more and more rare. So you can check them out there. But I thought I'd play a classic for you, and I've never played it for a Sunday service. Do you want to hear it? Okay, good. Some of you know this one quite well. We're going to have some fun. Does that sound good? Okay, good.
Yes, we purify this body, yes, we purify this mind, yes, we purify the way that we relate to the divine, harmonize with the wise who tell us to align with these cosmic cycles and this cosmic design. Listen up, everybody, lift up those spirits high. We gotta lift it up if we gonna rise high. Every day is a new day that we can serve a majesty. Oh, and just breathe, breathe in this life. Breathe into your heart, oh, and just breathe, breathe in this life, breathe in this love, breathe into your heart, oh, and just breathe, breathe in this life. breathing this life. Here we go. And just breathing this love. Breathe into your hearts. One more time. Oh, and just breathe. Breathe in this life. Breathe in this love. Breathe into your heart.
Again, one more time. But only the guy with the hat and the gal next to him, Stan. Stan, come on, Stan. Sing and dance the way you were. One more, just one verse. You can do it. You lead him.
Breathe in this life. Breathe in this love. Breathe into your heart.
One more time.
Oh, and just breathe. Breathe. Breathe into your hearts.
Thank you. This is our first episode of Sedona's Got Talent. Wow. Isn't that cool? Yeah, now what am I going to do? Please breathe in this life, this love. What is on our minds? What's needing to be discussed, shared today for our topics?
Faith in God.
Is it? Okay.
The paradox between leadership and authority.
World peace.
Leadership and authority.
Yeah. Yes.
Mirror neurons. You spoke about mirroring last week, and I thought it was a bit prophetic.
Thank you. Anybody else? That's it? In the back? Okay. What is it?
Community development projects.
Okay. Yeah.
Boundaries, acceptance, and forgiveness.
Boundaries, did you say?
Boundaries, acceptance, and forgiveness.
Can we hear those people say again like they did before?
Okay. Just almost everybody in the room is raising their hand now. Yes, dear. And that's okay if we have time, but is anybody, anything else? So just take your hands and reach out to a shoulder or another hand. Okay, just make sure you're connected. Make sure there's, nobody's left out. And if you're left out, scoot over and get closer and connect. Just for a moment, just allowing, honestly, believe in this. We're just all connecting and downloading, whether we asked for words or not. We're trusting faith. We're trusting that God can work through us all to get the right message for today for us. Whether the whole thing is for you or one word, it's enough to change your life. Just trust that and give that to God, the Holy Spirit. We're all in this together, so we're asking that this room and everybody watching online be included in this room, and that we all stand in this column of light to receive the Holy Spirit, the Divine Mother's teachings, blessings, healings. And so it is. Feel that? It's nice. Everything contributes. Everything contributes. The whole universe is one universe, meaning one song. The whole universe is the womb of the Divine Mother. It really is. From the highest heaven, this universe looks like it happened from the center of the universe and blew outwards. That's the way it looks, Big Bang Theory or whatever you want to call it. It looks like this expanding universe. But all of that is happening in the hands of the mother, the divine mother. There's a point where the children of God said, let's go explore, let's do whatever, and we seem to have separated, seem to have left heaven. And when we seem to have, that's when a little portal opened up in nothingness. And it looks like everything expanded, but really what happened was before that happened, the mother already created we'll call it a membrane, like a cosmic uterus called the universe. Universe, you see? Universe. So I'd never heard that before, but there it is. Blame me, okay? I believe in the one universe. People are going to think you started. No, it's a universe. So in this universe is all creation, and it's really just the mother creating this membrane saying anything you think while you're in this universe will start to, including your beliefs, will begin to materialize to show you how you're doing. When you don't leave footsteps in the snow, when you don't cast a shadow, this thing that you're living in called the universe is a place that you can leave and go back through that original portal, back into the heavens, back into God. Or you can volunteer to bring God into the universe. Bring more of God. You can be a bodhisattva. You can go in and make a difference. It's not always easy. It's sometimes scary. You know, it's an interesting thing to me about how all this works. Because people can theorize and, we can Taoist sayings and great proverbs and they're all just expressions of how we're doing. When someone says, I'm angry, that's what their experience seems to be for today. Someone else on the opposite side of the universe or planet or room could say, I'm totally at peace. Is one right, one wrong? They're all actually just sharing how they're feeling. But a feeling is just an opinion. It's how you're doing right now. It can change a second later. Thank God, in God, it doesn't change. It's an eternal state of peace. And the mother aspect of God is saying, wow, children, if you only knew to let go and let God, I could reflect for you that will of yours. I could reflect for you. I want nothing but the peace of God now. I'm done arguing with people. I'm done fighting for, politics or whatever it is. Fighting for my rights, whatever it is. Instead, I accept the bliss of God. And now you could be in a prison with Mandela somewhere like he spent time, and yet he didn't allow it to get to him. Right? Viktor Frankl in Auschwitz, and he's like, I don't care. They can't control my mind. Not because you're fighting them with your mind. It's a state, it's a peace that surpasses understanding. That does not come from your efforts or mine. That does not come from you getting a raise at work. It does not come even from you having a successful surgery. Good for you. I'm glad you are better. But it doesn't come from that. It comes nothing from this world or the five senses of the body. You don't have a body. Therefore, you're senseless. You don't have a body. You're a divine being who temporarily zipped up a body to say, let me look at my lessons I haven't quite, got right in the 3D form. So you zip up a body, but it's just borrowed. We are holy beings. That's not just a bumper sticker that I'm throwing at you. I'm saying we really are. And there's a word we're commonly, we're aware of, the concept of to transcend something means to kind of move beyond it, transcendence. So if you transcend something, you move beyond it. Transcendence is to be beyond the things of this world. So man, this is what I want. I want transcendental. I want a shift, but it is a consciousness of me rising above something else. Now, some people think I'm totally into transcendence, and that's my goal in life. But they think a partnership, a soulmate, mind-altering drugs are going to give them the transcendence. No. Transcendence means I'm transcending, I'm going above. It doesn't mean I'm using the things of below. It means I'm above. Now, it's easy to say transcendence, the word, but to really live it, oh man, that's another thing. and to keep you from ever achieving transcendence of your life's issues or Earth's problems. To ever make transcendence, you've actually got to get better at something else called transition. Transition is like the worst schoolroom on planet Earth. Because transition means, how are you doing with changes? I would be doing fine if everything would go my way. Well, of course. You know, and it's, you know what? It's easy. It's easy. If you're totally healthy, life seems easier. When, in other words, being healthy, once you're totally healthy, being healthy is kind of easy. You almost don't even notice that you're so healthy. The opposite. It's also easy to be dead. It's not that challenging. Your body's laying down. It doesn't take effort. You don't have to keep standing next to it going, continue to lay still, because you're dead. 3 years later, continue to lay still. When you're dead, your body's, it's easy to be dead. And it's easy for your soul to move to the other realms if that's what you're going to do. Being healthy is easy. Being dead is easy. It's being sick. It's being in between the two that's challenging. It's a lot easier to get, it's not that challenging to be stoned. It's not like you're going, wow, being stoned is a drag. I need to get more stoned. Everybody can say that. But being stoned is not that challenging. When you're clean and sober, completely done with the past, that's not that hard. You know what's hard? Is becoming clean and sober. Once you're totally locked in, it's not that hard. Or being totally stoned, not that hard. But neither of those are happening right now. In the present moment, we're in transition, and we always are. We're always in transition between the past, which ended 1 second ago, and the future, which starts in 1 second. We're always in a state of transition, which is really strange to say because transitions suck. It's a terrible thing to be in a state of transition. Why? I'll tell you a few reasons. I'm not in control. In transition, see? I also can't predict it, but I can't control it. So there's like a state of terror that things might not go well a minute from now. What if the future isn't good? It's an interesting thing. The past could have some traumas, but technically they're gone. They're not here literally right now. The future has some issues, but really I could also sit and think that there might be some great things in the future. The challenging is not the past or the future as much as we think. The transition period in between is the hard place. To be happily on your own solo life is not that challenging if you are sitting in your center in spirit. God, connection, healthy self. It's also great to be in healthy partnership. Those two things are not as challenging as being in between, just after someone's dumped you or cheated on you. Getting to the point of anxiety, wondering if you'll ever have. Transition is challenging. And there's a good reason for it. The ego knows that in every single moment, you're in transition between two other moments. And it's counting on the following. I'm going to make you anxious about the past or the future. Those are challenging enough, but I'm going to make you anxious about those, but also, you know what? I'm going to make you long for them. I'm going to make you obsess on getting your future right. College, graduate, degrees, or marriage, or partnership. I wish I could find my soulmate. Good. Or I'm going to make you anxious about the past. Maybe you're not healed. You never know. That person could come back. Watch out. Who's calling? No caller ID. It could be them. It makes you worried, paranoid. Anxious is the word. And so, no peace because you're in transition. Your feet are not on the ground during transition. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going to be in the future. I don't know what lessons I might still have of the past. I'm not in a state of control. It's called the unknown, but it's also the unfamiliar, the transition. Briefly stated, we're doing a workshop. I think it's next weekend I'll be facilitating along the lines of finding the light at the end of the tunnel. On that concept, on that theme, on that note, A Course in Miracles in the Teacher's Manual addresses this. And also I address it in a book I wrote called You're Not Going Crazy, You're Just Waking Up. And what I'm saying is there are 5 stages people generally go through if they're in transition, if something's changing. How can you be in transition? Something has to have been dismantled in your life. Something has to have ended, and now you're waiting for the next thing, but it's not here yet. You're in a state of transition. Transition includes the following emotions: emptiness and disorientation. Transition isn't usually blissfully, peacefully centered, wow, but you can get to that. But you can't do it while anxious in transition. When we're in transition, we have to go, wait a minute. I recognize I'm feeling anxious right now about the past, but it's not here. About the future, it's not here. I'm anxious about something, and I guarantee most of the time, if you say to yourself, I'm feeling anxious, and again, about any of the topics you've brought up, when you're feeling anxious, stop and say, for me to feel anxious, I must be in transition. And the only way I can be in transition if something ended recently. Something got dismantled. Now I'm feeling empty, which is anxious, and disoriented, which is anxious, because I'm not in control. It's unfamiliar. Sit and own it for a moment. If you try to fight transition, you will never make it over the bridge into a new life. It's impossible. You cannot reach a new life if you're clinging to the old one, or the anxieties about the old one, or if you fail your tests during transition. Even if I don't like my past, I can still say it's gone. Even if I don't, I'm afraid of the future, it's not here yet. Those are theoreticals or gone past events. It's in transition that we suffer the most. Because if you can be at peace here, it assures something fantastic in the future. If I can get you to fail your tests here, guarantees your future is going to be horrible. And what some people do in transition is immediately I need to grab for the familiar. I need to go back and remarry that person. I need to go back and whatever it is, back to drugs, whatever it is. It's not healthy, but it's not transition. It's familiar. And that shows addiction. It does. It means I have something there that I take. My heroin could be a person or whatever it is. But it makes me think I'm okay, even though I'm not. So the familiar seems to have some very strong allure to us. To be able to sit in the transition and go, wait, something got dismantled. You asked about like acceptance, forgiveness. Something got dismantled. I'm not gonna wrestle with it. I'm not gonna try to control it. I'm going to do what's almost impossible for human beings. I'm going to step into the chaos here, right in the middle of the transition, and I'm going to breathe and trust and have faith that something has to have died. I am feeling empty. I can tell because, for example, if I've gone through a change recently, let's say it's a divorce, something got dismantled, my relationship. How do I know I'm feeling emptiness? Because I'm in an apartment and my voice is echoing. That's a sign of emptiness. I don't know what to do with myself. My phone's not working, and my familiar, what do I do now? I'm not going to go out and get stoned again this weekend. What am I going to do with this time? All of those are signs, those are words, if you listen, emptiness. And we become very anxious, but we're already anxious. We've just been drugging the anxiety. So the anxiety that comes up during transition is actually anxiety that was there all the time. You just avoided it with what? This is the interactive portion of the talk, I see. I'm kidding. I love that. Right. They were saying, folks online, distractions, addictions, compulsions. Give me anything, right? Give me anything. If I'm not going to get my ex back, just get me someone, anybody. That's like just going online to a dating site, called hellishpartnerships.com. Just dial up anybody so that I'm not alone. And if you had Jesus right in front of you, I promise you, Jesus would not say, you know what we need to do? We need to manifest just anybody so you have something to do. Jesus would say, sit down and we'll go through this together. Go through what? I don't know. How are you feeling? Here come the tears, and he'll hold you while you cry. I'm angry, and here, take my hand and squeeze it. Get some of that out. But we're going to stay right here while the storm blows over. We're going to stay right here. Nations lack peace because their leaders lack peace. If you were suddenly Christed and yet made into a world leader for some nation, it would be really weird. Because they would say, what shall we do, Mr. President, Mr. Chancellor, Ambassador, King, Queen, whatever? And you'd go, I don't know, let's ask God. And they'd be like, wow. Oh, we got one of those crazy leaders. It's hard to be tethered to God in this world. But that's the way we made it. That's the program we created. Now we can say, it is not hard. Let me show you. Okay, well, don't tell me how to change the world. The song Revolution by the Beatles, Lennon's lyrics. Don't tell me how to change the world. Show me how you're changing yourself. Go there first. Show me that you kind of got it together here. In Chinese medicine, there's a concept called Shen. Shen is the emperor, and the emperor is your soul. Ultimately, the ultimate God is Shen. But in this metaphor, Shen sits right in here. And in Chinese medicine and in Taoist philosophy and so forth, if the emperor in you is at peace, the whole kingdom down below will be a kingdom of peace. If Shen is off, it's going to be reflected in the kingdom. It's talking about your organs, your glands, your systems. But the same is true in the world, in a kingdom. Our job is constantly, whatever is triggering us out here, to take it inside and say, what is that looking like in me? What's that bringing up? The Divine Mother is always mirroring to us, whether it's something nice, something not so nice. I would really be challenged to be in a position of a political leader or a person of any organization of any kind. It's challenging to tether yourself to God just as a human being and follow that despite what the world tells you. It's very scary to say, my family says divorce is not right. They say my religion says it's not allowed, and I'm going to go to hell if I divorce my husband or wife or whatever it is. That weighs heavy on human beings. Now, some of us are getting bright enough to not believe that anymore, but this has gone on for a long time. There are people that were burned at the stake because they were a little more intuitive. This world's weird, in case you don't know that yet. This world's weird. Oh, I'm intuitive. I foresaw an event. Uh-oh, you must be a witch. Like, bizarre. But what does it mean? Let's fight against that. Let's be angry. Let's vote against it. Let's do something. Let's stop the witch hunts. No. They're not gone. They're in our own minds too. You have judgments on yourself that are witch hunts. We shame ourselves. What if I allow a little pleasure, to come out? Oh, can't. It's wrong. It's just shameful. Why? Who says? Back to peace, back to Eden, man. Back to allowing. Like even the folks singing and dancing. It's like to allow. I feel like singing. King David did this, right? He starts feeling the presence of God, which is called joy. I feel oh my God, do you guys feel this? Now, what do you do with it? Golf clap. Like, what a miserable date you would be. Man, I really love you and man, are you feeling the passion between us? Somewhat. I'm already done dating you. Like, not another word, we're good. I'm not looking for a somewhat. So what do we do with these things? Why judge them? Why press them down? Because human beings, it's not just because of programming. We're afraid of God. We're afraid of feeling total bliss. People might think we're nuts. And what if they do? So what? There are people in history. There's I usually don't name names, but So I'll avoid that right now too. But there's a big political family, that existed 50 years ago or whatever. Big name political family. And they were all big shots. And the guys were all lauded as being like, wow, and presidents and senators. But they also had a sister who wanted to go out. And she became the shame of the family. She wanted to go out. She might have wanted to have sex. No. Yeah, maybe. She went out, she danced. She was liberal. She was just very loose and casual that way. Nothing harmful to anybody, but just she was not complying to the family standards. Became an embarrassment. So she started being considered mentally ill. And then the father of that family had her put in hospital and lobotomized because he wanted her to not exist. He never said hello. He never visited her in the hospital, just destroyed her, but left her in there to be destroyed. She was eventually released after he died, and the family would try to bring her to events in a wheelchair, being sort of catatonic. And I'm not just trying to give you a gross story, but I'm saying this is what we do to love. This is what we do to expression. I'm not telling you we should all do expressions that are over the top, harmful to ourselves or others. But to be able to trust our heart and our love in our heart. The Rumi quote that was done earlier today. People run from their hearts because they find there's broken bits there. Heartbreak. One time the actor Kevin Costner said, I know everybody says, trust your heart. But when your heart's in a lot of pain, it doesn't feel like we can trust it. It's really brilliant to say that. How do I trust this thing you're telling me to trust when it's broken? Nice point. I think we might want to just, first of all, support it, the heart, before it falls apart. Let's give it some support, like a cast of sorts, a spiritual cast. Let's support. I'm sorry that you're hurting, but let's just hold that up for a minute. And while you're holding that up, let's do something else. They're over there. If you want to go join them, your friends are over there flagging you down. Yeah. Yeah, just relax, take your time. Walk like a man, fast as you can. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. Yeah, we're all about connecting people, man. You're welcome. I have no idea what I was talking about now, but I'm kidding. Yeah, I get it. And so hold the heart and do what with it? Just forever have it in a cast? No. Hold it up. Meaning boundaries. I can't go there right now. The ex calls and I need to talk to you about, you know what? That's not healthy for me right now. Good. That was building a cast, a support system. Cast meaning like a broken bone cast, not cast of characters. So you're supporting them, the heart. Take care of your heart. There's nothing wrong with you saying, I can't do that right now. I can't watch the news right now. I just lost a loved one. I don't want to hear about more trauma. It's okay. If you say, don't ever, never again, I'll never trust again, that's not a boundary, that's a wall. Or if you say, bring it on, I'm always just in pain anyway, that's not healthy boundaries either. I mean, why change the standard, Instead, you know what? I'm learning to love myself. Now, am I loving myself from here? No. Where from? Actually, if I were you, I would ask the Divine Mother, who is the embodiment, she's the archetype of love. Why not ask the archetype of love how to love myself? I don't know. Show me, Mother. Show me, Spirit of God, how to take care of myself. It's never going to be a narcissistic fake love. Of course, you might have bits of that filter into your brain and keep the purity out, but you just stick with it and keep trying. And what happens is learning to love ourselves is not a complicated Sanskrit poem that you have to memorize. It's not. It's treat yourself like you would a child you loved. It's kind of a simple thing. It doesn't come from just making yourself or even affirming it. Don't do it the way Christian mystics did. Nobody else. Those are helpful. The mantras, the affirmations, all very helpful. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't tell a 5-year-old, you know what you need to do, honey? Memorize a mantra in another language that you don't understand. No, you know what? Stop. How would you talk to them? Honey, hold on, everything's okay. But I'm scared. Well, then let's leave. Let's go to a different place. See, give yourself that kind of permission. The world is still going to try to burn you at the stake for it. Somebody's going to say, I can't believe you left the family reunion. You're so disrespectful. Here it comes. Oh my God, what do I do? Panic attack? It's going to happen. But you learn to say, yeah, I just needed to leave just for my own healthiness. And they're not going to go, oh, beloved. Now that we know you were honoring your healthiness, is there anything else we can do? Healthiness, what are you talking about? Are you accusing us of not being in healthiness? Well, Uncle Sid over there was molesting. So, Joe, the whatever, he was doing, heroin. So it's not really a healthy environment for me. Oh, you think you're better than us? I didn't even use the word you, us. I'm talking about me. It's what's healthy for me. They can't tell you what's wrong about you being healthy for you. They can't speak of you. They're not you. Oh, but they might get mad. That's called codependence. And you should sit down and say, I totally own that I'm not allowed to breathe without the permission of my family members. And I might as well just start writing my will now, because I'm already the living dead. And it's just a matter of time. Because even after they die, you're still going to be, what would mom think? And she's like been dead for 50 years, but you're still obsessing on what everybody else thinks. Give yourself permission to follow God as your guide. Praise God to any leader of any country ever that stopped, prayed, and asked for help. We don't always see that. We don't always hear about it. I love that. I do. I love music that uses the word God in it. I love God. I love that whole concept. Anytime I've seen a leader, Democrat, Republican, I don't care what nation, anytime I've seen someone take a moment of silence, it's amazing to me because they don't have to. They're so in an ego place, they would get away with not being guided. When they can say, despite the look and the cameras and the videos and the, all that opulence of my status, I need to. And I've seen photos that one of our attendees had taken of Obama. I don't care if you like him, and I didn't ask your opinion about the dude. What I said is, I've seen photos, and I remember one, and if you're watching online or if you're in the room, I still have that, and I appreciate you sending it. But there's one, a camera kind of an angle from the side, and I'm telling you, that dude, don't know his politics, don't care. He was like this in a state of prayer, and there was this white light shooting around him. I mean, it was really an amazing photograph. But I've seen the presidents since him, each of the presidents since him in moments of prayer. And I love it. I don't care how they style their hair. I'm not asking you whether they're smokers or not smokers. I don't care. What I'm only commenting on is the moment any human being sets the stuff aside and seeks God. I don't care how sincere, it doesn't matter. That's their business. I just love that they even try, that they do it at all. God bless all of them. I don't care if there's some lunatic out there, some complete lunatic out there, historically, that you and I have heard all these horrible things about. I refuse to turn my back on any signs of goodness. A horrible person by everybody's standards, and it's all these years later and we're still picking on Hitler. But one time, Hitler, when he was a young person, he was in a food place, and there was this child that hit their head on a table and started crying. Hitler went over and started bumping his head a little bit and crying, like pretending to cry. Like, in other words, he went and joined with the child and said, oh, I'm sorry, the table. Oh, it's hard, huh? Look, oh, it hurt me too. Oh my God, and made the child laugh. I don't care. I'm not saying I'm cold to everything else he did. That's not cool stuff. What I'm saying is I still love love. And when I see anybody trying to help anybody else, it's beautiful. Now, if we could judge that they can never change because you put them in a box of you're horrible and you'll always be horrible. Problem with that is we're all one. Condemn one person as being forever horrible, anyone, even with all the reasons they could give. Condemn them as being horrible, there's now a neuron in your mind that remains judged in darkness now. You want to ascend, you can't. You can't ascend while simultaneously dropping anchor, called judgments. It doesn't work. I remember a very moving story where there was war happening in the Mideast region without specifying. And I remember there was this major tyrannical guy, and he was doing lots of genocide. And a dozen or so people from around the world, philosophical, spiritual leaders, but leaders who had done things that he had done. They all held a meeting with him. He walks in the room cold, like, what do you guys even want with me? What's your problem? I agreed to meet with you. You have minutes. What do you want? And each of these leaders, one African leader that had done genocide there, another from South America, another, they're from all around the world. And each of them told stories about how horrible they once were and the horrible things that were done to them that made them that way. All these world leaders were crying at how they had become this thing. And they're saying, so please understand, what's happening in you is pain. And it's getting the best of you. We're all here to hold space with you and tell you there's another way of doing this. The person never said a word. They all saw that he started to tear up and choke up, but he never said a word, dismissed himself, and left. That might be all you're going to get from people today is just a sigh. They might even act annoyed when you're sharing that I'm seeking a healthier life, and therefore there are things I'm okay with and things I'm not. They might even just act annoyed at that. Don't get stuck on their response. Don't sit around waiting for them to say, oh my God, you've just changed our whole genetic lineage. I can feel family ancestry. 11, 12 generations. It just skipped and went 115 generations. Wow, you're amazing what you're doing for our family. That's probably not going to happen. They can muscle test it. It's not going to happen. 115, 16, keep going, 117 family generations. That's probably not going to happen. You should not be sitting there going, well, I told you I'm seeking healthiness. Where's my, praise? The chances are greater that people will be annoyed at your betterment. Friends that you got stoned with are not usually saying, man, this is great that you show us that. They usually feel like you're shining light on us and we don't appreciate it. It does happen. I've seen it, heard it, and so on. So don't make it obvious. Don't make it too overt. It's good to see you guys again. I see you're all still getting stoned. You're all still living of the lower nature. There are names for this. This is your creepy lower self running your life. This is purely ego, unlike me. I am now clean and sober and connected with God. It's not helpful. You can, even like fundamental Christians that go overboard with bashing people about how Jesus is going to kill them and send them to hell. Why would anybody want to know Jesus if that's the one you've introduced me to? And they are going to pay the karma of that. Chasing people away from God in any way, shape, or form, you have to deal with that. So if somebody says to you, my thing is, my sense of God is this religion, that, good for them. Connect with them, bridge with them, thank them. I'm so glad you found God. Don't say, and which religion? We got to make sure it's mine. No, let them be. I remember real quickly, there's a gal who had a session once, and this is in the 90s. She had a session in the 90s, not my 90s, okay? In the 90s, this gal had a session, and she said, I need you to talk to my husband. Oh God, and one of those. But I need you to talk to my husband. You need to change him. He's not spiritual. I mean, I love him, but he's not spiritual, so I don't know if I can stay married. She brings him in, and this dude is just like dense. Just like dense. Like, hello, nothing. And I'm saying, so what's going on? I don't know. You know, she just is always complaining that I don't meditate. I don't know how to do that. I don't pray. And what do I think about God? And she's asking me all this, and I don't have answers. I don't, you know. What do you like doing? That's bridging. What do you like? I like fishing. Why? Because I can just be quiet. You get where this is going? And when it's quiet, I just feel, you know, connected to the river and the water and the sound. And I look at her, and she's sitting there still waiting for me to slam him. And I said, that's called meditating. And she was like, I swear, it was hilarious. I didn't let it be obvious that it's hilarious. You know, I'm just like, oh, really? But the lights went on, and I said to him, congratulations. And he's like, well, over what? You know, he didn't realize it, and that's all you need to do, dude. That's your form of being with God, with the Mother Nature, and you're doing fine. Now, I could have said far better than she's doing, but I didn't. I didn't. It's tempting, got to admit, but I didn't. But the truth is, the beauty is, both of them had a life-changing experience. How and why? Because someone listened. All I had to do was ask the right question. What are you doing and why? This connecting and peace and quiet and, oh my God. In the meantime, she who believes in meditation is filling the quiet meditation space, the stillness of the Lord, with judging him for not meditating the way she does. So she got it, he got it, and that's beautiful. And I'm glad it worked out. But he too could have gotten triggered. It doesn't always go our way when we're trying to be helpful. But the more we come from the right place, the more the miracles are authentic and numerous. We've got to accept where people are at. The dictators and the people of service. It's all beautiful. I get it. And the hurt causes craziness in some people. You can be a mystic and still feel hurt and do something that seems a little out of character for your mystic self. Judge others, and that single thing you do that's a little out there will get judged as well, energetically, karmically. Give everybody room, man. Give everybody space to be loved, to be forgiven, to be released. You know, we have to take our agendas off of everybody. Let them be. Do I enable the behaviors? Not at all. Not at all. You're allowed to say no. And it's okay. What if they don't like me? What if I didn't even ask you to ask them. I said, you step up and say, this doesn't work for me. It's beautiful. It really is. All of heaven celebrates when you show up and demonstrate that you care about yourself. Well, isn't it selfish? No. If you're being selfish, I don't really care about other people and their feelings. I just want what I want. Pushing through the grocery line because this brings me peace. No, it's okay for somebody to say, hold it. The back of the line's over there. Well, who do you think you are? Oh, I'm just a customer too. Yeah, but I like to I'm in a hurry. Aw. Sorry to hear that. Anyway, the back of the line is over there. And you could get some reactions. You could. But you're allowed to say no. Now, I might let them go one day, and the same thing might happen the next day, and I might say no. How do I know which one's right? Got to learn to have a relationship with God and ask in the moment. Today, it might not be right to some days it might be like, great. You know what? Let them be abusive because I don't mind because it's water off a duck's back. I'm so at peace with God, I don't need to react. And yet the next day you might be told to say no. Oh my God, how do I know? Shh. Listen and ask. And sometimes you'll be guided. No problem, go ahead. And sometimes you'll hear, say no. Because that might be what's called the greatest good lesson today. It might be great to let them go one day. It might be great for them to learn, no, that's not how to live in harmony with others in this world. So that's no. See, it's interesting. Boundaries are not walls. They flex based on a given moment. And boundaries are founded in your relationship with Spirit, with God. They shouldn't be coming from your head. They shouldn't be based on reactiveness. So we're addressing a lot of these questions. Faith in God. The paradox of leadership, authority. There's dictators. By definition, it's I, me, mine. And then there's something that even New Thought churches use for their leaders. And they told me when I came here, they said, if you're going to be a leader in one of our types of churches, which is now we're just independent, but at the time they said, you have to call yourself a benevolent dictator. That's the phrase they use in it's not my word. Back off, man. Not today. So this is the title spiritual leaders are supposed to use in New Thought churches. Benevolent dictator. And I was like, I can't. That doesn't. So I'm a nice jerk? I mean, I don't know how to do that. I want us to work collaboratively. I want us to talk as a team. See? And they were saying, oh, you don't understand. That's not how it's done. It's good to have some conflict and tension and arguments with each other. It builds character. This is what they told me. And I said, I don't need any more character. I don't, it doesn't call to me. And they thought I'm a jerk, I'm rude, that I'm being like blocked to these ideas. Think what you want. All I know is here's me, and that's not how I want to do things. I want to work collaboratively. I want to have this sense of cooperation and so on. And they thought I was nuts. Okay, you're going to get some of that. That's the mini version of being burned at the stake. Having these people judge me and throw comments at me and tell me I'm doing something wrong here. I said, our chaplains are part of our decision making. When we have a decision to make, I want to go to the members, but I want to also ask the chaplains. If the board is 6 people and we have a tie vote, 3-3, which has happened once or twice in 15 years. But if it happened, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the chaplains and ask them to be the final vote by their majority vote. I want to ask, and you know what they told me? No, you don't need to ask the chaplains anything. They're supposed to only pray for people on Sunday or when people request prayer. And I said, no, that's the way you treat the chaplains. In my opinion, if they're going to pay to be a chaplain, why don't they have a vote? If they're going to pay us to be chaplains, why are you discarding them? I mean, show some respect. I used nicer words than I'm using right now, but I did. And I said, the chaplains should be like oracles. I want to go to our chaplains. And if you don't trust them, why do you even have them? But if you're going to train chaplains to be intuitive and loving, forgiving, and so on, call on them. Let them exercise their intuition in a vote. See what I'm saying? Always that inclusiveness. It is challenging, that paradox of authority and the standard thing of leadership. But you're talking about broken people who think they have solutions, so they take them out onto the world. I have an idea. I want to do this. And they're just ideas. And there's inspiration hidden somewhere, but the more strong-headed you are, you can't hear the inspirations. But if I was one of them, I would have to say, my guidance. And then it's going to sound like I'm schizophrenic, that I'm calling on beings they can't see. The world has a hard time with this. And you and I, transition is the tough part. The people that have been the old school, they were very stuck in their ways. Stay married, even if you hate each other. Stay married. It's the way we do things. Old school. Don't value people. Just work hard, die afterwards. Retire and die. That's the way we do things. Old school. That was easy for them because they're used to it. Wait. The future. A fifth dimensional race of people are going to be walking the ascended earth, and it's going to be easy. It's easy to be screwed up over here, and it's going to be easy to be ascended there. You know the tough people? Yes, we're the generation that's in between the two. This is the tough part. trying to respect some of that, not buying into it too much, and then welcoming and affirming that. This generation is the tough one. It is. And if you see that, how do we transcend it? We must bring in us a sense of grace. Because if we can get the transition generation or generations, it's one or two generations, let's say, if we can get peace into this generation, everything's going to be an easy flow. Yeah. Everything just starts to, wow, how much easier. Some of these folks from the old school, they will not be able to make the transition and transcendence into the new. They have to die sometimes because there's such a dense vibration. They've got to go to the other side and get an overhaul. They've got to go to the other side and get some energetic work on how they think and get prepared, because to go from here to here, listen, is actually too much. To take someone from 3.0 dimensional consciousness to 5.8, it's like upgrades in your software. To take them from here to here, I'm saying, is too much of a shock on their system. They will not survive the ascension process. They can't. Too much of a difference, frequency-wise. It's like doing electrical work. Plugging in something that's 220 into a 110, it doesn't work well. Or vice versa, So it's like, how can we most bring peace? Not by voting it, by being it. And we actually think we're having this conversation right here. This has actually already happened in higher dimensions, where we said, I'm going to go in and be part of the transition team. I'm serious. Some of us are saying, I want out. I don't want any part of this. Too many, the changes are too out there. You see? But a new world is coming. It's already in process, but it's coming. These souls already have decided, I'll hang in there and try to make the transition. Other souls like us, we incarnated as part of the team, which means we're able to speak this language and this language. And that's bridging. That's really clever to be able to do that. The ones who say, no, I want things to stay as they have been always. I don't want women to have the right to vote. Bring back slavery. Let's be crazy again. Let's have witch hunts. There are people like that. There are people, and some of them don't speak it anymore, but there are people like that. God bless them. They're not going to make it here, but it's different from saying, and we're all going to heaven and they're going to hell. No, they're already in hell. What's going to happen is they will pass away, and the next cycle, when they want to come and incarnate again, it isn't here. The earth as they knew it. It's not here. They're going to have to receive upgrades that can prepare them for this. You see? Now, that's kind of nice. They're going to have angels working on them to bring them here. Then why did I have to come here and be part of the hard work? Why can't I just go to sleep and wake up ascended? I know. I'm sorry. It stinks. It seems unfair, but you'll be the teachers. You'll be the ones here when they arrive again, and they're going to go, what is happening? I know, hon. You're remembering the world as it was, and it's no longer there. It's a new place. So let me show you how to kind of, we regularly practice Qigong, and we breathe to keep our etheric body awake, and when density comes up, we bless it, forgive it, it's gone. We're very Lemurian-like. The what? Lemurian. I don't believe in that stuff. Well, you will now. Because the Lemurians were very etheric, and so are we. It's going to be a little challenging, and, it's okay. Walk them through it. But we're talking philosophically a little, and you're going to go, wow, this is kind of cool. I'm telling you, this is what your job is every day, not someday. Be a good teacher now. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Don't allow them to get away with everything. Say no when needed, but love them. Even when you have to say no, love them. As I always say, love the hell out of them. It gives them an opportunity to do something else, to try some other way of being. If you want to get to the place, get through transitions. How? What do you think? Faith. Not faith like I'll just hope. Faith meaning, and I know God's with me through this transition of politics, through this transition of national security, through this transition of my household, this divorce. Be with me. Keep calling on the Divine Mother to be with you, to help walk you through it. That's one thing. Practice forgiveness always. You want to transcend, you don't just get transcendence. It's something you attain by the work you do during transitions. From transitions to transcendence. I want to know transcendence. I know you do. So hang in there. Forgiveness is a piece of this. Handling situations well, learning to not jump, react, and compelled to do my old ways. Don't start looking for your former ways, your former lovers, your former addictions. Don't judge them either. See through them. Can I be courageous enough to breathe through this current compulsion I'm feeling to do something that's not healthy for me? Be at peace. Hang in there. Navigate these transitions. Do it like a master. Be adaptable. And one more, just get excited. When other people in transition crash, one way, forgiveness, pray for guidance, but also get excited. I'm in transition. I'm having to move households. Nice. Good for you. No, you don't understand. Oh, I got to do this and I got so much stuff. Start giving it away. Have an estate sale. Make some extra money. Oh, but what? You're leaving, you're moving. So let's do it well. You're dying. You're in transition. Person in front of you is in transition, prepared to die. Don't add to their pain. Tell them, nice. You're going to the other side soon, huh? Yes. Oh, woe is me, I'm dying. What do you mean, woe is you? I wish I were joining you. By nature, not self-inflicted. But God bless you, man. Do me a favor. Hold on. I'm going to give you my name and address. Send prayers to this location. When you get to the other side, you're going to be seeing Jesus soon, or whomever. Send me some prayers. Do me a favor, okay? Can you hook me up? Make it light, even though it's sometimes heavy. Let them know that you admire them, not that you're paining over them. Show people something else. That's a master. Center your breathing gradually. Divine Mother, I recognize I'm beginning to understand everything at a deeper level. Even as I start to accept higher dimensionality and our ultimate destiny, I still sometimes get scared. Be with me through my fears. I'm not asking you to take them away. I'm not asking you to fix me, make me better. I'm saying, be with me and help me transcend these things. Help me to integrate the truth of God, not pray for God to fix me, but to integrate that presence so that I become immune to life's stuff. True transcendence. Let this enter my belief systems now. I can do anything. Of myself, nothing. I'm not interested in doing anything of my little ego self. I'm asking to empty this vessel, be filled with your presence, and teach me to live and walk in mastery. Breathe in the concept here. Each of these phrases, the concept, Durga Ma, Kali Ma, it's the mother, Ma, the mother. In whatever form she takes, it's her love mirroring our consciousness. Thank you, Divine Mother. And I know it pained you to mirror our hurts and hates. But you did it with infinite patience. Thank you. Now we are dedicating ourselves today to a whole new level, to allowing you the freedom to mirror our happiness, our prosperity. Show us the happy dream now that we surrender to it. Show us divine deservability rather than the old school karmic repercussions. And we give thanks in advance that this is the law of the universe, that you mirror to us not only what we're thinking and believing, but mirroring to us God's beliefs in us, that we are divine beings, capable of grace, immunity to life's stuff. And so it is. Thank you. Beautiful. Ah, nice. Breathe that in. Tune into what you heard that can make the most difference in your life. Tune into what you can most bring to others from what you heard today. Can anyone share with us what did you hear or experience that might make the most difference? Yes, sir.
Concept of boundary versus walls.
The concept of boundaries versus walls. Very cool. Anyone else? Yes.
What resonated with me is the fact, in the beginning, the young lady spoke about people that have a broken heart
Yeah.
God is in there
Yeah.
to give you great things.
In the broken hearts, that the light of God is in there. The mother's everywhere.
And the other thing that resonated with me is that by going there, because of your past, you can get into the transition mode, and you may stay there a long time
Yep.
till you get it,
Yep.
but eventually you get it.
Yes. Look for the consistency in what we talk about and other systems. If you just listen carefully, whether it's Hindu or Christian mystic, look for the commonality. It's there. So today I didn't cover, let's say, a new topic of transition. Transition and transcendence, right? It's actually where you are, you're transitioning, where you're going. Transcendence. It's back to 3 again. We talk about these 3 chakras. We talk about 3 sets of chakras. We talk about 3 levels of consciousness, 3 minds that we come from. All it's consistent. And you throw some thought system at me or whatever, and I'll bring that in and show you how that's what the Mayans believed as well. I'll tie it all together because everything is together when you come from spirit. Things are not fragmented. That's the ego's world, looking for ways to be different and separate. Bring harmony to things. But further into that context of today, I need to work on handling transitions better. Do I just mean big transitions? Any. Ask God to be with you when you wake up and when you go to sleep. Why? Because you just started a new day. It's a transition. To be with you when you go to sleep because you're just now going to sleep because you're in transition. And then anytime during the day when you're in transition between work and home, home and work, ask God again to be with you. Seconds, just seconds, not hours of blissful meditation, just seconds. Be with me. I'm going in. Okay? Just, get ready. We're going, man. Tether to God. That original word means to yoke or yoga, to yoke yourself to God. Tether yourself to get used to having a relationship with the Mother, with God. Talk to the Holy Spirit. Yes, dear. Yes.
My father did not have a good time with the church that he was raised in, and so when I was being raised, our family, we went to the Catholic Church at the time,
Mm.
and he refused to go there, and he went outside and he says, "Go smell the roses,"
Mm.
and I didn't get mad at him or anything.
Right.
Totally understood this.
Nice. Thank you. What's funny about that to me is I look for deeper symbolism to things. But it's like in that moment when we were in a traditional church and I'm told to go out and smell the roses, I'm like, oh, I get to be a pagan. It's like, this is going to be cool. Just keep your clothes on though. Yes.
There were so many pearls. You got to pick up one of them. The anchor ascending up, and the anchors of judgment.
Yeah, I would like to ascend up, but anchors of judgment keep us down.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Back in the back.
Always turn to the mother when they don't know how to experience itself or see something.
Yeah. Turning to the mother when you don't know how to handle something or how to be your true self or to set boundaries. I mean, she loves us that much. Honey, can I help you today? And what humans do is, I got it covered. All I'm doing is making tea. I know how to make tea. You don't understand. I'm not asking you if you want instructions on making tea. If you ask me to be with you during tea time, it'll become a holy experience. I don't need you, least of all, in the shower. I'd rather you not see this. And she's saying, you don't understand. If you call me in, you'll see yourself differently. It's so beautiful if you think. There was a hand over there somewhere. No, we got it? One more here.
It's easy for us to take things for granted, whether it's existing in a sucky situation or existing in I completed that
Right,
task.
right.
The transition is what's most.
Right. It's easy to get lost in the complacency of the past or sometimes the stimulus of future that we think is exciting, but you still can't control it. It's the transition. We'll cover that in next week's workshop a lot, to understand the emptiness and the disorientation. Because human beings typically, Spirit saying, we've got something set up for you. It's going to be a great day. You're about to transcend to new levels of consciousness. It doesn't mean complete ascension, but you're going to transcend some areas of your life to new levels. Are you ready? Sure, I'd love to do that. Okay, this might hurt a bit. First, we're going to dismantle something in your life. Oh, no, I want my life exactly as it is. Control freaks don't ascend. Okay? Put that on a bumper sticker. Control freaks don't ascend. Okay, and then something gets the rug pulled out, and oh my God, I didn't know that meant this. Oh my God, hurt. It's okay. Cry. And then feel emptiness. What do I do now that they're gone? Emptiness. Now I'm disoriented. Who am I if I don't have them? If I don't have this, if I don't have a car, if I don't have that job? Who am I? Shh. This is the worst part. Disorientation is where you're most going to be tempted to jump back to your old. Hang in, breathe. You're almost there. And then the bridge to spirit. Guidance kicks in. And now you have new inspirations coming to you. New ideas and inspirations. Now you can lead a country. Now you can lead your household differently. Now you can, one of you was asking that concept of the wording you used. The leadership part for sure. And community projects. All of a sudden, you're not doing things like you were. You're downloading a new way of doing community projects. You can see things that nobody else seems to be able to see. I remember, and I'll be brief, I remember meeting a guy back in my 20s, and he was asking for guidance. He was starting to receive some strange downloads. He didn't know what this was. So I asked him to show me. He brought stacks of folders filled with papers of things that downloaded. Now, he only showed me a fraction, and I'm telling you, it was a complete alternative system on Earth. From monorails to types of screws, the machinery had schematics of the machinery that would use the screw heads that would put these monorails together. I'm telling you, bizarro. So cool. He showed me how the systems, the monorails that people could be using, those underneath them will not be wasted space. Those will become greenhouses. Everything detailed. I can't emphasize it enough. Detailed, this dude downloaded. And what does he do with it? Those downloads, where did they come from? It was Atlantean a little bit, memories. But those downloads, they're beautiful. And did it get taken? Well, in the 80s, it wasn't going to be done. His system is going to be found. Either he'll bring it or it'll be found someday and be part of the new world where things are done free energy. So you can create an alternative community in a way that's being done out there, or you might be downloading an entirely new one. But if it's entirely new, not familiar, scary to others, it might take longer. We don't know because it's subjective to how much people can wake up and when. I thank you very much. A couple of quick announcements. We're going to do our collection. And while we're doing that, a couple of announcements in our closing prayer. So please just be as generous as you can be. Bless you. We got a couple of people that donated generously, and that's why we were able to get the building painted. Bless you. We were able to get a couple of other doors replaced in the front. Several projects got done because of the extra donations. So when you share with us, you can do it anytime during any day, a week, month. But on the Sundays, the purple bags are for your love offerings. That's it. The baskets are just for any extra donations that we can use towards people of lesser means or special projects. So we appreciate that. Okay? Thank you very much. Our love offering prayer, hands and your donation held to your heart. Feel it together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you. So this will only take about a minute or two. First, there's the back table. It's our second week and probably the last week for the next month or two. There's a bunch of really cool things on sale. There's a beautiful Shiva Lingam stone. They're all fraction of the price. There's incense for $1, boxes of incense for $1. They're usually $3. used books. What else is on the table? Where is she? There you are. Oh, cool. The miracle oil. Yeah. It's because we have to create more space. And the bookstore, man, we've added hundreds of new titles just this week in the bookstore. Check it out. Lots of really cool things there. I want to ask you to help me give another round of applause for our guest musician, Ananda Das. Yes. Ananda Das is also, he's got a table in the foyer there. So there's products you can buy. We encourage you to do so for your sake to have it, but also in support of him. There's also a basket there for any extra donations you'd like to leave for him. Every bit helps and every bit supports, okay? So thank you for that. And we're looking for, if somebody, a couple volunteers can help, you just check the office. Bless you. We're looking for a vacuum with the long poles because we got to vacuum up inside the rafters here. So if somebody's got a vacuum that's got the long pole extension, that, or possibly a shop vac, and or can volunteer, you can just drop it and let us use it for a day. Or you can be a volunteer that wants to help do this. That would be great for many of you. We have Kathy Kessler and Dawn. Dawn's one of our primary folks here that helps out. They're offering, very cool, a myofascia yin yoga practice this Friday, the 6th, from 6:30 to 8:30. This Friday, 6:30 to 8:30. So it's very, very cool. Myofascia yin yoga practice. That's worth checking out for sure. So please mark your calendars. And we did that one. And the last couple, remember we have a healing room here, the yurt outside, and in there, there's a crystal bed, profound experience, whether it's energetic things, physical things, ailments, emotional. Go and just let go, let God, and let this experience happen. It's quite profound and multidimensional. Today and the first Sunday of every month, we do what's called a Search for God workshop. I'll be facilitating that myself. And so today we're doing a couple of lessons. We do it the first Sunday of every month. If you dig it, you can join it just the one time, or you can sign up for all the Sundays. And if you missed one or two, you can go back and watch them because they're all online for you. So that's a focus of our awakening, our search for God. So we go really deep. It's kind of Course in Miracles like, or kind of 12-step like, in that it involves lessons and we delve into those each week. And this Wednesday we have our spiritual circle, the spiritual healing circle. That's for people that want to receive some healing and also maybe learn some techniques for yourself or for others, if you choose to extend it to others, for healing deeper issues in life. That's Wednesdays. We do that every other week. It's 4:00 in the afternoon. And Sunday, March 8th from 12 to 3, we're offering a new workshop called the one I mentioned earlier, Reaching the Light at the End of the Tunnel, Reaching the Light from the Darkness. So it's offering, in person here or online. You can watch it and sign up online. So this is really a lot about life's tests, taking life's tests, passing those tests, extending to a higher level of consciousness, all about recognizing when this is happening for yourself and others, what to do, what to not do, to more easily process through this and make it a total spiritual victory for yourself. So thank you. And the last thing, just remember, social media, we have a Monday program. You can go on our Facebook group called Friends of Michael Mirdad if you want to join that. Every other Saturday, we do the Daughters of Heaven Zoom group. You can do that. These are Facebook groups you can go to. Daughters of Heaven or Friends of Michael Mirdad. If you do that, you can get then into the program on Zoom if you would like to join us live on Zoom. But check that out because those are really, really cool. But get on our mailing list. If you're online too, get on our mailing list. Please go to the website, get on the mailing list so we can put you on there, and it helps keep you posted on what we're doing here, okay? All right, we appreciate you staying the extra time today. We go a little longer with when we have musicians. Please stand for our closing prayer. Centering, breathing. I have an extra copy of one of my books, Dark Night of the Soul. Anybody? For yourself? Okay. You mind passing that back a couple rows? And or extend it to the person that, you feel like they need that. It's beautiful stuff. Oh, deep gratitude, everybody, deep gratitude. I One of the best ways to make it through transition is to be in a state of gratitude. Soak in lessons learned and give thanks for them. Soak in gifts and beautiful things and give thanks for those. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we go, God is, I am, we are, and so it is. Peace be with you all. Thank you.